In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use both the double stitch dot rectangles and the plain rectangles to make a set of frames that come in and give you this beautiful depth and dimension really simply. So to start off, I'm going to need to use the stitch dot, and I'm going to take the first die, so number 1. I'm going to take number 3, and I'm going to take number 5. And by missing a die each time, it gives me a beautiful frame around 1/2 inch. So it gives me a 1/2 inch difference if I show you on the board, so that I get a beautiful framed level. So really very simple, like that, and we get that beautiful framing in between. And I'll be using the plain dies in between those to actually give me the next layers down. So I'm going to take the next die down in the set, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, number 11 and number 12, which, as you can see, fit perfectly inside there. So I've already arranged first the dies that I'm going to use. Now, to speed it up slightly, I've taken the first die in the set and I've cut that into the white linen card to give me my base. I've then matted that with the next die up in the plain set to give me the blue, and I've popped this onto a plain blank card made from black card. So that's what I've done with the first one. With the next die, which is number 3, I've cut out the same size rectangle in the white, the soft blue and the black. And I find sometimes dealing with rectangles, because of getting the spacing, it's easier to do the squares first. So what I will do is to take the next die down that I've already laid out. So this is die number 5, and I place that evenly all the way around. If you're struggling for placement, take the next die up in the set, and you can use that to give you a really nice guide for placing. So we take that and we tape that down, take away the next die up, and we'll run that through our die cutting machine. And when that's done, this is the piece that we're going to get. So we get, as you can see, that beautiful sort of 1/2 inch frame all the way around with the beautiful stitch dot detail on both sides. So next layer down is blue. So I want to take the next square that I've already cut and get them exactly in the same place. And I'm going to move down to the next die on my board, which is now going into the planes. And I want to frame that in the center to give me a nice border. So I want to do that and just take that down, get it even, and we'll run that through and cut that. And I'll bring in one that I've already made. And as you can see there, perfect framing all the way around. And we then repeat it. So I take the black layer, make sure I've got these down and nice and straight, which they are. Take the next die down again from the plain set to keep this nice thin border going, and place that in exactly the right place of where I want it. And we tape that down. Once we've done that, remove that frame and we cut that one. And again, here's one I made earlier. Now what I've done is to take each of these frames and I've put some double-sided adhesive tape on each one to give me a nice layer of dimension between each different level. And I feel this really helps to give a beautiful framed sort of mounted effect. So we're going to take off the white and very carefully match the edges, match the center, and put that on. And we can see there, we get that beautiful frame going from white to blue, but nothing on the outside. So we'll turn that one over. And we'll take the foam tape off this one as well. So just remove these 4 pieces. And we're going to do exactly the same onto the black. And the great thing about having nesting dies, and nesting dies like this that are mathematically correct, is that all your mats and layers fit exactly. So if you can see there, we pop that on and we've got the perfect frame going from black to soft blue to white. Now, if I bring in the card blank we made, you can see here, we've got exactly the same amount of space to this white layer here. So it gives you perfect what I call a step or a mount. So that was obviously using die 1. Die 2 would be there. That's die 3. Die 4 would be there. And there we've got die 5. So you get the perfect interspersing of your layers. Now, what I've done is taken the piece that fell out from the middle of the white frame, and I've just embossed it. So I've just given it a light sort of spotty heart embossing on here. It probably doesn't come across very well because it's white. I'm going to turn over my frame set because I don't believe in wasting card that's come out of the middle. It's silly to actually emboss a whole piece just to fill this in and then have to trim it round. So what I'm going to do is take this and place this on, and because the black frame is smaller, you can see that it sticks on exactly all the way around, still leaving me with exposed foam tape. So there I've got my beautiful centre, and I just want to measure that up, get that right and even, and just stick that down. And to finish off, I've done a very similar technique using the double stitch or the stitch dot hexagon with the plain hexagons in the black and the blue, and I've added a few of the smaller hydrangea flowers that we've got on the show as well. So I'll take the foam tape off there, we'll fit that nicely into the centre, and there we go. A really simple card that just plays with colours, sentiment in the centre for any occasion, and it just works, and all the framing and layering is exactly mathematically correct.